And welcome to our coverage of the investiture of Dr. Kenneth Evans as he formally assumes the office of the 15th president of Lamar University. I'm Byron Balentine. With me, I'm the station manager of 91.3 KVLU radio, and with me is Linda LeBlanc. She is the director of alumni affairs at Lamar University. Hi, Linda. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm glad to be here. It's an exciting day for the university.
Yes. Linda and I are here to guide you through the official swearing-in ceremony for our new president and to provide some points of interest. So this is a broadcast that is a joint production between KVLU, Lamar Sports Video, and Lamar University Television. Let's get started on what an investiture is. It sounds like an old term for stockbroker, but it's an academic term, isn't it?
It is an academic term, and actually it's the formal transfer of power at the university. Obviously, Dr. Evans has been the president since summer, July, I believe, but this is the formal transfer of power from former President Simmons to Dr. Evans, and the investiture concept dates back to feudal times. Actually, it comes from the word investiture comes from the Latin words investire and investus, which mean to dress and robe. And the president's robe, the mace, and the medallion of the presidency are the three major symbols that will be transferred at integral parts of this ceremony today.
Okay, it should be an interesting viewing for that.
I think it will.
So he came in 2012. What else do we know about Dr. Evans himself?
Well, Dr. Evans was born in Philadelphia, and then he lived in Chicago. He got his degrees different places. He started out in California, and I thought it was really interesting when I was reading, Byron, that his undergrad degrees were actually in English and in political science. And apparently, after that, he discovered that he was really, really interested in business. He went on to get his MBA, and then finally got his PhD in marketing from the University of Colorado at Boulder. Worked in business in the transportation industry for a while, and then all of a sudden he realized he liked to teach. He had taught some classes as a graduate assistant, and obviously while with his PhD, and so he came back to academia.
You know, it was kind of interesting. The first thing I found out about him was his background in political science and graduate work in business, which I also did. And I thought, here's somebody I can identify with. and he's somehow been able to identify with a number of people that he's met over the course of the few months that he's been here.
Absolutely. I think that's true. And it's interesting, he came here, he had been the Dean of Business at OU. He had also taught in Missouri. The last three leadership positions he had in academia, his focus was attracting and retaining higher level students, which of course is a huge goal for us these days at Lamar University. So I think that his vision is the vision we need at this point in our time.
I agree. Let's talk about his personal life. He's moved around quite a bit. He's been he was born in Pittsburgh, right?
That's right.
And then has been his family moved around somewhat.
Yes.
And then he's educated in California and Colorado.
That's correct.
And met his wife, or who would be his wife, in the freshman year, I understand.
He did, and then they married right after he got his undergraduate degrees. They have two grown sons now, and the one son, Paul, has just become a father himself in the last week and a half. So there's been lots of excitement for the Evans family over this last month or so.
I'll bet. I wonder how he feels being a grandfather.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him that. I know that Mrs. Evans is thrilled about being a grandmother.
I'll bet. That sounds very exciting. Let's talk about Lamar University and where we've come from. It became a university back in 1971, but
That's right.
The original institution was South Park Junior College, started in 1923?
That's correct, and it was really part of the South Park Independent School District. Classes were taught in the South Park High School building for a number of years.
Third floor, right?
Right. And the first presidents of Lamar were actually superintendents of that school district, is how that became. It wasn't that they were just over the junior college. They were over the South Park schools. And so, yes, that's where it started. Then it became Lamar College.
1932.
Right.
1932.
And I believe it moved, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that we moved out here around 1940 to this location. And then in 1951, the school became Lamar State College of Technology. And we started there in the early 50s, granting 4-year degrees rather than just junior college certificates of completion or associate degrees. And then in 71, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but I was here for that. We did become Lamar University. I remember well them taking the LT off of the football field and putting the LU up. So
I remember there being some great excitement about this. There were people that were saying, Lamar has come such a long way. Why is it not a university? And while people were saying that, they were actually in the process of making the changes to meet those standards. And then big growth in student population.
Absolutely, that's the truth. And of course, you look at the strengths of the Lamar University now. We have over 14,000 students. We have a number of very strong programs. And of course, engineering still ranks right up there near the top. That's where we came from. That was our history. We were a technical college at one point. Lamar, people will say, well, you have 14,000 students. We had that when I was here back in the 70s, but that's not exactly true. In 1995, the Texas State Legislature voted that 4-year universities could no longer issue 2-year certificates of completion and associate degrees. So Lamar was forced to split up, and we had the 2 junior colleges, Lamar Port Arthur, Lamar Orange, and then the Technical Institute, which is now LIT.
Right.
So when we give this for over 14,000 student number, we are talking at the university alone.
Right.
Whereas the numbers that a lot of people and a lot of alumni remember back when they were here included all 4 of those programs.
It's a pretty good sized institution, and still we have a student to faculty ratio 19-1. That's pretty good.
It is, and it's, when I speak with students, that is what they say they like the most about Lamar. I mean, obviously they feel they're getting a good education, but they always allude to friends that larger institutions or institutions run a little differently, where they're in classes of 200 or 300 people, and being able to actually know and relate to their faculty, that's just a big draw and a big positive for our student body.
Very good. Well, we also wanted to say a word or two about the history of the campus that we have here now. We moved from the 3rd floor of South Park Junior College and then came over onto the current triangle-shaped campus.
Right.
And it wasn't until we were reading about this stuff that we came up with the idea that that was on purpose. I always thought, well, the roads went that way, and that was how it worked. But
so we'll build a building over here. But no, it was part of the plan, actually.
It speaks to how this has been a very area-oriented university. The needs of the Sabine-Neches area and the industry and the businesses that are here very much benefit from the university being here, from not only the resources but just the fact that there was no real 4-year institution here before Lamar came along.
And you look at the programs. We have fine arts programs. I mean, we add to the culture of this area. I mean, we also attract educated population for our faculty and our student graduates. So yes, I think we definitely are a big plus for the area in many ways.
Yes.
Will the audience please rise and remain standing through the processional, the invocation, and the national anthem.
seeing right now is the processional as it's getting started.
Byron, the young people in red jackets are the Lamar University ambassadors, 30 of our top students who assist the president. They are the student face of the university, and after all of this is really about the students.
Yes. Now we're noticing that the regalia is somewhat different for the different professors that are going by. What can you tell us about this?
You know, that has always amazed me. I am not actually certain about the colors and how I know certain universities have certain colors. The ones with hoods are definitely doctorates, which would be pretty much all of the faculty. But I have to admit to not having a whole lot of background knowledge as to why certain faculty members have certain types of hats, colors, this and that.
Okay.
And some, like Dr. Nichols, don't like to have a hat at all.
The music is by the Lamar Wind Ensemble, by the way. This is the music is the Crown Imperial by William Walton.
Have a truly strong music program here at Lamar, and it has grown since the return of football, actually, just because the option of marching band is again on the table. Those banners that you see the deans carrying are called gonfalons, and there is a banner to represent each college here at Lamar University.
I understand there's a new college that's going to be added to Lamar University.
Absolutely. They just announced recently that Lamar will have an honors college. We have a very strong honors program, but to take on college status, there's a national search for a dean. This is going to be a big attraction for higher level students. As the deans process for the gonfalons, the faculty members from their college follow them in, along with two student ambassadors who are going to help them post the gonfalons once they get on stage.
As people are processing in, there is going to be a special fanfare which was written especially for Dr. Evans for this. This will be the first time it'll be heard.
Absolutely, and the truly wonderful part about that, Byron, is it was written by one of our graduate students in music education, Jonathan Blake. Jonathan, when they were practicing the fanfare, he said that he and the head of band, Scott Deppy, really weren't happy with what it was they were getting ready to play. And it came to his mind that he thought he could come up with something a little grander that would work and project more of the feeling that he thought the Investiture should. So even though he doesn't write a lot of music, he thinks musically, he doesn't write a lot of music, he went and put that on paper, and that's what we will be hearing as the president comes in.
I can't wait for that, and it's going to be performed by Will Poppy and Adrian Woodard on trumpets. When you hear the two trumpets, that will be that fanfare.
Right. talked this morning about, I wonder which side we'll put the Honors College gonfalon on because it balances so nicely with 6.
Maybe there can be a competition as to which one goes in the center.
It could be. That would be at commencement because these gonfalons are used at commencement as well.
Yes. We have all the dignitaries on the stage right now. These are the Board of Regents. Dr. Goblin is just second from the right on your screen, or second from the left on your screen.
Right next to Becky Ames, the mayor of Beaumont.
And there's the fanfare.
One of the 3 symbols of authority that I mentioned to you earlier, Byron, that'll be conferred on the president during the ceremony. The medallion being carried by the chair of the Texas State University System Board of Regents.
This strikes me as being very Roman.
It does.
Like the Imperial Senate is coming to me.
See on stage President Emeritus Jimmy Simmons. Dr. Simmons will be officially passing the authority of the presidency of the university to Dr. Evans. The star of our show today, Dr. Kenneth Evans.
I think this would be a good time to mention that you're watching coverage of the investiture of President Kenneth Evans on LUTV Channel 7, made possible by KVLU Radio, Lamar Video, and Lamar University Television.
Blessed are you, O God of wisdom and truth. Yours is the power that has brought us to new challenges and opportunities. We ask that you continue to bless this great university, its students, faculty, staff, alumni, and administration. Give of your counsel to our president, Dr. Kenneth Evans, that he may mediate understanding and compassion in those decisions he is called upon to make. Pour upon him, we pray, an abundance of your blessing, that he may perform the duties of his office with grace and dignity. Keep us from being content with the status quo. Grant us creativity and vision, passion for intellect and discovery, thirst for justice and truth, and the willingness to give of ourselves. Help us to be a community of support to our new leader, to fulfill the vision of enlightenment and higher learning that you have called us to this day and throughout the days to come. Make us ever watchful, eager to learn, quick to love, makers of peace and understanding. Amen.
That was Sherry Fitzgerald, who is a past president of the Lamar University Staff Senate, representing the Staff Senate by giving the invocation.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. My name is Brian McCall. I'm Chancellor of the Texas State University System. Welcome to the investiture of Dr. Kenneth Evans, the 15th President of Lamar University. Presidential investitures are rare and special occasions. In the 90-year history of this university, this is only the second such investiture. 14 years ago this month, when Jimmy Simmons was installed as the 14th president of Lamar University, we last celebrated this. In a few moments, we'll have the second. The word investiture comes from the Latin phrase for to dress and robe, and the tradition originated in English universities, where it was modeled after knighthood ceremonies, which were highly dignified and involved swords. We have none such today, though it would have been fun. Fortunately, though, we still get to wear bling. Even on the weekends at home, it never gets old. In modern times, investitures have been a means to formally invest a person with the authority of the office. And so while this is a day for celebration, it's also a time to reflect on the awesome responsibilities that come with the office of president, and to support Dr. Evans in the administration of his office as a statement of our commitment to him and to this great university. Indeed, today is an important milestone in Lamar's history, and so it is both fitting and proper that Dr. Evans is joined by individuals who share his commitment to higher education and to Lamar University. In the interest of time, please hold your applause until I've finished introducing all of those on the platform. From the Board of Regents of the Texas State University System, the Chair of the Board of Regents, Donna Williams. Vice Chair of the Board of Regents, Ron Mitchell. Former Chair and Regent, Charlie Amato. Dr. Jaime Garza. Regent Kevin Lilly. Regent David Montagne. Regent Vernon Reeser III. Regent Rosanna Salazar. Regent Bill Scott, and Student Regent Matthew Russell. In addition, we have executives of the Texas State University System. Vice Chancellor for Government Relations, Sean Cunningham. Vice Chancellor and General Counsel, Fernando Gomez. Vice Chancellor for Contract Administration, Peter Graves. Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Perry Moore. And Vice Chancellor for Finance, Roland Smith. President Evans is also joined today by the other presidents of the Texas State University System's member institutions. From Lamar Institute of Technology, President Paul Zuch. From Lamar State College Orange, President Mike Shahan. From Lamar State College Port Arthur, President Sam Monroe. From Sam Houston State University, President Dana Gibson. From Saul Ross State University, President Ricardo Mastis. And from Texas State University, President Denise Trouth. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, we have executives of Lamar University. The President Emeritus, Dr. Jimmy Simmons. The Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Steve Doblin. The Interim Vice President for Finance and Administration, Cruz Melvin. The Senior Associate Provost and Interim Vice President for Student Engagement, Kevin Smith. The Vice President for University Advancement, Camille Mouton. The Vice President for Information Technology, Priscilla Parsons. The Athletics Director, Jason Henderson. And we have Lamar University's academic deans. From the College of Arts and Sciences, Brenda Nichols. From the College of Business, Henry Venta. From the College of Education and Human Development, Hollis Lowry Moore. From the College of Engineering, Vic Zaloom. From the College of Fine Arts and Communications, Russ Schultz. From the College of Graduate Studies, Bill Harn. And we have some special guests of Lamar University. From the House of Representatives, Representative Joe Desertel. The Mayor of Beaumont, Becky Ames. The Chairman of the Faculty Senate, Barbara Hernandez. The Student Government Association President, Charity Obade. The Staff Advisory Council Past President, Sherry Fitzpatrick. The Alumni Advisory Board President, Vernon Durden. Lamar University Foundation President, Joe Domino. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these distinguished guests a round of applause.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Lamar University, welcome to today's investiture of President Kenneth R. Evans. Present today are a large number of Lamar University stakeholders, alumni, friends, colleagues, and others whom I would like to recognize at this time. We appreciate your support and are glad you're here with us for this momentous and joyful occasion. Our strong faculty is the heart of our mission to prepare students for citizenship, leadership, the world of work, and lifelong learning. Many of our faculty are dressed in their academic regalia and are sitting on the floor of their arena, and others are seated in the audience. Would all Lamar University faculty please stand? Thank you. Among the faculty on the arena floor is Dr. Sing-Wei Chu, President of the Lamar University Council of Instructional Departments. Dr. Chu. The outstanding leadership at all levels of Lamar University helps move our institution forward. With the associate and assistant provosts and vice presidents, associate deans, directors, and department heads, please stand. Next, would our dedicated staff who work with and for our students day in and day out please rise and be recognized. The Lamar University alumni are such a strong and supportive part of what we do here at the university. Would every Lamar University alumnus here with us today please stand? Now, please help me welcome the delegates representing universities at which President Evans has previously served, including Professor Robert Doffenbach, representing the University of Oklahoma, and Mr. David Lowell, representing the University of Missouri. Also joining us is Dr. George McLaughlin, former Chancellor of the Lamar University System. And finally, and most importantly, I would like us to recognize our amazing students. Many are wearing shirts indicating their student organization or athletic team affiliation here at Lamar University. Students are the reason we are here and why Lamar University is such a great institution. Would the members of the following student groups rise as your organization is called and remain standing? Please hold your applause until all are recognized and standing. Lamar University Ambassadors. I'll hold your applause. Freshman Year Leadership Program. Lamar Rugby Club. National Student Speech Language Hearing Association. Honor Students Association. Alpha Chi Omega. Alpha Delta Pi. American Medical Student Association. Bangladesh Student Association, Criminal Justice Association, Filipino Student Association, Lamar University Cheerleaders, Pre-Law Society, Pi Kappa Alpha, Zeta Tau Alpha, and all other students of Lamar University in attendance. Let's give them a hand. Students, we really appreciate your participation today. Once more, thank you to everyone who's here today. Now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium our State Representative, Mr. Joe Desautels.
Good afternoon. I would like to congratulate President Evans on his investiture today. As I look out over the community gathered here to celebrate the new president of Lamar University, I also see the great support assembled together for a vibrant and growing institution. It is this strong foundation in which we will move forward with the university, with Southeast Texas, and with the state. I am a lifelong resident of Beaumont, a Lamar University graduate, student president, university vice president, and university regent. Therefore, I love this school and this area of the country. Having served in the Texas House of Representatives for more than a decade, I know that Lamar University serves our state well in areas such as economic growth, preparing our students for their future, and in faculty research. I look forward to witnessing this continued expansion in the years to come. For the citizens of Texas and beyond, I welcome President Evans to our area of the country. Southeast Texas is one of growth and energy, and some of the best people you will ever have the opportunity to meet. So we wish you the best, Dr. Evans. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. It is another great day in Beaumont. On behalf of the City of Beaumont, I am honored to welcome President Evans and his wife Nancy to our city and congratulate him on his investiture today. I am Becky Ames, Mayor of Beaumont. I have already had the opportunity to visit with Lamar University's new president. I'm extremely excited about his vision for the future of Lamar University and how it will affect the student population, our city, the citizens of Beaumont, and our entire region. The students and faculty of Lamar University have always played a huge role in our community, whether through internships with our city's numerous companies, through their impact on the cultural and economic life of our community, or their being involved in the many activities that Beaumont offers. We continue to welcome them all with open arms. As a lifelong resident of Jefferson County, having lived in Beaumont for more than 30 years, I look forward to witnessing how President Evans will advance Lamar University's legacy into the coming years. As mentioned earlier, it truly is another great day in Beaumont. Wouldn't you agree with me? Here's wishing the very best of luck to President Evans and Nancy. I wish you the best. Congratulations to you. Thank you all for coming, and have a great day.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Barbara McKeels Hernandez, and I'm a professor in the Department of Health and Kinesiology, and I serve as president of Lamar University's Faculty Senate. It is a great honor to send an official and warm welcome to President Kenneth Evans from Lamar University's 596 exceptional faculty members. With more than 50 members, our Faculty Senate serves as the official coordinator of faculty views relating to academic activities and policy guidance. Lamar University is proud of our 19-to-1 student-faculty ratio and that we are one of only 29 public universities nationwide named a doctoral research university by the Carnegie Foundation. We have 32 academic departments and over 370 doctoral students. Our diverse areas of expertise range from social work and chemical engineering to music and construction management. Our faculty members teach, mentor, conduct research, and thoroughly enjoy working with our LU students. On behalf of all of the faculty members and faculty senators, it is a privilege to congratulate President Evans and celebrate this historic investiture. We eagerly anticipate the new vision for the future that our esteemed President, Kenneth Evans, will bring to Lamar University.
Welcome to Lamar University, President Evans. I am Charity Ogbede, President of the Student Government Association, and on behalf of Lamar University's student body, we are so glad you're here. Let's give a round of applause for President Evans. Our current total student enrollment includes more than 14,000 students in our undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral programs. This fall, we enrolled the freshman class with the highest academic credentials in the 90 years history of Lamar University. And we have over 600 students from outside the state of Texas and nearly 700 students from other nations. We also have over 200 active student organizations at Lamar University. The Student Government Association represents the student body while facilitating new and improved student services and programs. The SGA gives each student the opportunity to promote, support, and participate in vibrant student life programs with more than 200 student organizations. As the SGA president, it has been a privilege these past few weeks to have been able to be under the wings of President Evans. His vision for Lamar brings me much hope for the university. Many of these student groups are here with us today to support and welcome President Evans and the exciting direction he is going with our university. Go Big Red, and thank you, President Evans.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here with you today. My name is Byron, and I currently serve as the president of the Lamar University Advisory Board. I can think of no better time than being here than today. We have over 81,056 alumni from every county in the state of Texas, from every state in the Union, and from 65 countries outside of the United States. Alumnus is a word derived from a Latin term for pupil, which is what we all were when we were attending Lamar and what we continue to be in life today. We owe a great debt of gratitude to this university for the impact that it has had and continues to have on our lives. There's a lot to be excited about here. We're excited about our outstanding student body, our faculty, and our staff. We're excited about where our alma mater is going today in both athletics and academics. And we're excited about having Dr. Evans here and his vision for Lamar University. As president of the Lamar University Advisory Board, we wish you, Dr. Evans, and the university the best.
Good afternoon. I am Joe Domino, President of the Lamar University Foundation, former President and Chief Executive Officer of Entergy Texas, and currently the Chief Integration Officer for Entergy Corporation. On behalf of our community, we welcome you, President Evans, to Lamar University. The Lamar University Foundation was founded almost 40 years ago to support and to manage funds for the benefit of our university. The foundation handles more than $60 million in assets for the benefit of Lamar University and is overseen by a group of 40 alumni and friends of the university. This guidance from the Foundation Board of Trustees is reflective of the kind of generous support the regional community provides for our institution. The economic impact of Lamar University in our region exceeds $310 million each and every year. So you don't have to be a leader in the business community to understand how closely the success of Lamar University is tied to our local economy. We are excited to watch the connection between our business community and Lamar University grow under President Evans' tenure. Thank you and welcome, Dr. Evans.
A reminder, you're watching coverage of the investiture of President Kenneth Evans on LUTV Channel 7, made possible by KVLU Radio, Lamar Video, and Lamar University Television. Wind Ensemble and Choir.
Good afternoon. I'm David Montagne. I'm honored to serve as a regent for the Texas State University system. Today I have the privilege of presenting the distinctive presidential regalia to Lamar University's new president, Kenneth Evans. He will wear this at all LU commencements, convocations, honorary degree ceremonies, and official appearances at other schools' inaugurations and formal convocations. The presidential robe is the only one to have a fourth velvet sleeve chevron and is specific to LU in its design. President Evans, I present your Lamar University regalia.
Lamar University ambassadors are bringing up the regalia of the president. President Evans will remove his regular regalia that he's worn previous posts until this point at Lamar, and will now wear the robe specifically designed for the president of Lamar University. Regent Montagne helping him get it on straight.
We have people standing in the hall right now.
Yeah.
All the faculty now up.
This medallion, a symbol of office for the Lamar University presidency, is worn at official university ceremonies. On one side is the university seal. On the other, a depiction of Mirabeau B. Lamar, the father of Texas education and the namesake of our university. On it is inscribed a portion of his 1839 speech before the Texas Congress. In it he said, "A cultivated mind is the guardian genius of democracy." I now place in your care this medallion, symbol of the office of the president, which characterizes the sound judgment that you will display in exercising the authority of your office. May this medallion ever remind you of your responsibilities to the citizens of the state of Texas and to the students, faculty, staff, and Lamar University community.
President Emeritus Jimmy Simmons now passing the official medallion on to President Evans, placing it around his neck.
Good afternoon, and this is a proud day for Lamar, isn't it? I'm Bill Scott. I'm a regent of the Texas State University system and a 1970 Lamar graduate. Today I'll be presenting President Evans with the Lamar Presidential Mace, symbolically carried in today's procession by Barbara Hernandez, President of the Faculty Senate. The Lamar University Mace is traditional in design with 4 representations of our Lamar seal, and with a mahogany shaft. It's used in formal academic settings and symbolizes the authority of the office of the president. Dr. Evans, it's my pleasure to present to you the Lamar University Presidential Mace.
Regent Scott and his wife Gay donated the money to make this ceremony possible. He is a regent from our area.
It is now my high honor and distinct privilege to present the Chair of the Board of Regents of the Texas State University System, Donna Williams, who will formally install the President.
By the power invested in me and the Texas State University Board of Regents by the Education Code, and speaking on behalf of the Regents as the Chairman, I charge you, Kenneth R. Evans, as the 15th President of Lamar University, with carrying out the duties and the responsibilities of your office. My colleagues and I entrust in you the stewardship of this magnificent and historic institution, and ask that you promise to uphold the laws of the Constitution of the great state of Texas and exercise due diligence in representing this university. We wish you success in achieving awesome goals as you continue to develop this institution into the finest university that it can be. I now invest in you full authority as president of Lamar University. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you Dr. Kenneth Evans, president of Lamar University.
It's official. He's been sworn in by the president of the Texas State University System Board of Regents. Texas State University System, of course, is the system of which Lamar is a part.
Once again, everyone is on their feet here.
Thank you very much. No kid wakes up in the morning and thinks they're going to be president of the university. So this is, talk about awesome. It's pretty amazing. I want to thank you for being here today. I'd like to take a moment to recognize my wife. I saw her over there, Nancy. And our guests on stage, including Chancellor Brian McCall, Regent Chairman Donna Williams, and local regents David Montagne and Bill Scott, President Emeritus Jimmy Simmons, Student Government Association President Charity Obade, Faculty Senate President Barbara Hernandez, representing the faculty, Alumni Advisory Board President Vernon Durden, representing the alumni, LU Foundation President Joe Domino, representing the community, and Representative Joe Dochetel, representing the state of Texas, and of course our effervescent Mayor Becky Ames, representing the city of Beaumont. I'd also like to thank, and I think you all appreciated the music earlier, I'd like to thank Dr. Kurt Gilman and Dr. Scott Deppe, Dr. James Hahn for their talented students and the magnificent music we heard today. Thank you so much. These groups have worked extremely hard in preparation for today's festivities, and I know you'll join me in appreciating their efforts. Jonathan Blake, who, Jonathan, where are you? There he is. Stand up, Jonathan. Jonathan Blake composed that wonderful trumpet fanfare that you heard in the processional. I've never had a piece of music prepared for me, Jonathan. I got to tell you, that's very humbling. What a gracious gesture on your part. We're really fortunate to have talented young people like you and the rest of the musicians that were part of today's ceremony. Thank you so much. I'm going to do something that may appear a bit strange, but I'm going to start my introductory comments in American Sign Language. It sounded like a good idea when we talked about it, AJ. We'll see if it works out. It's out of respect for our deaf audience and in celebration of our internationally renowned programs in deaf studies that we have here at Lamar University. My mentor, as I just identified him, is Mr. A.J. Webb, who, let's see, was homecoming king, cheerleader, member of the student ambassadors, and I can't even go on, this list is too long. Yeah, sure, there you go. Keep it going, keep it going. The good news is he knows what I'm about to say and sign, and can correct my mistakes as we go along. Remember, that was our deal, right? Okay, all right. All right, here we go.
As much as I'm affected by the ceremony attached to today's events, it pales in comparison to my excitement about the prospects of Lamar University, students, faculty, and staff. This is a day when we celebrate the legacy of Lamar and its opportunities to invent what promises to be an exceptional future. Thank you.
You're awesome. I stand before you today as a product of the public educational system. My inspiration to enter academe was as much happenstance as it was deliberate. I recall one morning, Nancy and I were getting ready to go to work. This particular day, like many others for her, she was off to teach fourth graders, and I was to call on a major account in my firm and teach a statistics class that night. The client presentation was really vital for my company. They represented about 30% of our business. As for the statistics class, I was really wrestling with how to approach a problem students were having a difficult time comprehending. As I relayed my day to Nancy, it became apparent how much more animated I was about my teaching role than my day job. Shortly thereafter, I began researching doctoral programs. I've always been fascinated by the stories of the trails individuals follow in their journeys through life. I'm lucky that the choices and decisions I have made that place me before you today have contributed to a life full of rich experiences with many opportunities to come. This campus, and more broadly higher education, will experience unprecedented growth in the next few decades. We will need to find alternative approaches to service the burgeoning demand while still providing the vast majority of the world-changing research that has transformed industry, agriculture, medicine, business, and much more. For LU, this changing landscape has meant we will continue to mean embracing a number of state and local needs for energy education and research. While so much of the nation's refining takes place here in the southeast Texas, our presence in the provision of skilled engineers, environmental scientists, consultants, and cutting-edge researchers makes us the go-to resource for the energy industry. But that's not all. We also educate educators by offering the largest online platform for masters and doctorates in education of any university in the state of Texas. Add to this our highly regarded programs in speech and hearing science and deaf studies. You saw my feeble attempt at trying to do that earlier. Business, nursing, and assorted other programs. One can readily see why Lamar is an attractive place for our students and faculty, and not to mention prospective presidential candidates. So what's on the horizon for Lamar University? If you consider the growth in the population of Texas, and particularly this area of the country, it's inevitable that Lamar will need to grow, and grow by substantial increments over its present size. As it grows, it must do so recognizing the strengths of its heritage, while we also seek to assert ourselves in inventing what is certain to be a promising future. The vitality and social economic well-being of a big part of the Gulf Coast needs LU and its sister institutions to be partners in building and expanding the talent required to provide K-12 schools the quality we desire for our children, to providing nursing and life science education for the ever-expanding needs of the healthcare industry, to provide engineering education that advances all forms of industry, to provide business management skills that offer leadership and entrepreneurial initiatives so vital to our region's economic well-being, and to provide liberal arts, fine arts, and science education that enriches the lives of all the publics we serve. Martin Luther King wisely said that intelligence plus character is the true goal of education. Lamar University shares in that conviction. We also pause today to celebrate the tenure and leadership of Jimmy Simmons. The marvelous partnership he also had in that role with his wife Susan, who I also saw. There she is. We take stock of where we are and what the future promises to be. It's really important to recognize we confront a future where growth will be inevitable. Demands on institutional quality will be ever higher. The global community will continue to close in around us, and technology will connect us in ways we haven't really yet begun to imagine. For LU, I would argue, for any institution, frankly, To embrace the reality of tomorrow, we must reinvent ourselves and find ways to continue to do so. Today may be one of the most exciting times to be serving in leadership positions in higher ed. I am honored and humbled to be asked by Chancellor McCall, the Board of Regents, and Lamar University community to be its president. It is a responsibility I assume with passion, respect for Lamar's legacy, excitement about the prospects for its future, and dedication to a vision of education and research that transforms lives. Permit me to end with a final observation. My father grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He had a life very clearly charted by the steel industry that characterized that city and the commerce that consumed the city at that time. I remember as a child going with my aunt to lunch one day, and we came back from lunch and you could write your name in the hood of the car because of the soot from the steel industry. World War II altered his life. It changed his plans. It gave him a new opportunity. That said, while many of the GI brethren that were part of the World War II experience, he never received a college education, nor did my mom. Had it not been for my dad's dogged insistence, I wouldn't be before you today. In fact, I wouldn't have probably pursued a college degree. My education transformed my life, and it gave me the opportunity to contribute to the education of thousands of students. My dad passed away a while back. My mom can't be with us today, but I thank them and I'm indebted for their encouragement. For every set of parents, single parents, family members who are mentors who encouraged, prodded, cajoled young men and women to pursue college degrees, stay the course. We as a collective university community, thank you. Society needs your passion. Each student you encourage will forever be grateful, as I am today. My thanks to all of you for being with us today. We at Lamar University are proud of our great university's 90-year tradition, and we're pleased to have the opportunity to share part of that with you today. Thank you for being here.
You've just heard Dr. Kenneth R. Evans.
Please remain standing for the singing of the alma mater.
The Lamar University alma mater. The alma mater was sung by Levi Duncan and the Lamar University Choir. It always makes me excited to hear that.
And remain seated for the academic recessional. You're invited to attend the reception for President and Mrs. Evans on the arena floor behind the curtains, directly behind the stage, immediately following the recessional. Those in the academic procession will join you there at the reception. My sincere thanks for all who have joined us this afternoon to celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Lamar University. Will those in the academic procession please rise?
That was Dr. Brian McCall again, the Chancellor of the Lamar University, of the Texas State University system.
Led by the ceremonial mace and followed by newly investitured President Kenneth R. Evans, the platform party now leaves the stage and processes out.
Now officially the 15th president of Lamar University. I'm Byron Balentine, that's Linda LeBlanc, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we've heard today. What are your thoughts on this, Linda?
You know, of course, my first thoughts always come from the alumni affairs standpoint because that's what I do. But I was really pleased that the theme of this investiture chosen by Dr. Evans was that we'll be building on the legacy and inventing the future, because alumni are part of that legacy, and it's a solid foundation that they've laid in the past along with faculty and staff on which we're building and moving forward. I think he has a great and fairly clear vision for the university, and one that makes sense to me.
I think so too. I believe that he talks about the population growth of the area and of the university as a result. He mentioned the energy industry, which is so important to what this whole area is about, and healthcare, which is probably the fastest growing field out there, while still not leaving out any of the arts and sciences that are the traditional offerings of many universities.
Absolutely. I mean, the university is, I believe it was 2 years ago, for the first time, there were more incoming freshmen from outside of the area than inside the area. And that will bring a lot of different insights and visions to the university, but we can't ever forget, I don't think, Byron, that we were founded to be and need to continue to be, as we progress and grow, a regional university. Yes. Even though we'll grow past being just that, we can't forget that that's a part of our mission to provide education to this region.
Absolutely. My impression on this was very much like an old-style revival. I don't think that we heard anything here that we didn't already know or already believe about Lamar University, but by hearing it from a different voice, I was inspired.
I would have to agree with you, and I could not be more pleased to see all of the constituencies represented, because the university is more than just a president. We had representatives from the community that we serve, but also from our faculty, our staff, and finally, and most importantly, our student body, because if it were not for our students, none of us would be here, including the president.
That's true. Well, he also mentioned something, he made some references in the speech to the outdoors of trails and processes and things like that. Kind of reveals his outdoorsmanship. He's an avid fly fisherman and likes to hike.
Right, absolutely. Both of his sons are Eagle Scouts, and so I know he's encouraged them. I'm not sure how you couldn't be an outdoorsman if you live in Boulder, Colorado, and some of those parts of California, but it's true. He's been a lifelong runner. Health is very, very important to him, and I think he's just a great leader.
I liked his salute to the greatest generation as well when he talked about his parents. That is a generation that we're at an age where we can appreciate people who came in on the tail end of the Great Depression and then a world war, and had to make the society that we have today based on what they did not have. And it's an interesting point that he brings up in this sense of history.
And it's back to legacy. It's all back to building on a legacy. Our country, our city, our region, and our university.
Something else that comes to mind is the transition between John Gray and Robert Kimball back in the 70s, when John Gray was a much beloved president, very much like Jimmy Simmons was a very much beloved president. And it was some people thought that it would be a very difficult thing to find somebody who could replace John Gray. And Bob Kimball came in, and unlike John Gray, who had been here from the beginnings of the institution, he came in and gave it a whole new life. And I see the same kind of thing. Jimmy Simmons, who's been here forever, and then a whole new life as a part of his administration coming up. And we're getting a wrap. We're going to have to go.
Right. Well, it's been wonderful being with you. Again, a very special day for the university. Glad to have been a part of it.
We're going to have to go away, but we want to congratulate Dr. Kenneth Evans as the 15th president of Lamar University, and also mention that production of this broadcast was made possible by KVLU Radio, Lamar Video, and Lamar University Television. Technical direction is by Brianna Meadows. Our producer and director is Gordon Williams. Production supervision is by Clint Burgess. Thanks to Lamar Athletics, Lamar University Alumni Affairs, the Lamar Department of Communication, and the College of Fine Arts and Communication. I'm Byron Balentine with LeBlanc. Thank you for joining us.